My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
We acknowledge the traditional owners of country throughout Australia and recognise their continuing connection to land, waters and culture. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Welcome to This Song Is Yours, a music podcast where we chat to a new guest each week, talk about their life and creative endeavours, and talk to them about some of the music they love. Our show works by chatting to our guests about music, but also getting them to make you a playlist of the songs they love. You can find the link to our playlist in the show notes. Welcome to episode 15. I'm your host, Simon Fink. Our guest today are Tasmanian rock band Luca Brasi. The guys are releasing their 5th studio record, Everything is Tenuous, next week on February 12th. In today's show, we talk to guitarist Thomas Busby about self-recording an album in lockdown, the strong opinions of their fans, and why he loves the Gin Blossoms. Here we go. Our guest today is a guitarist and backing vocalist for Tasmanian rock band Luca Brasi. Having formed in 2009, the band have continued to amass fans across Australia and continue to release critically acclaimed records. Their 5th studio record is out next week. Please welcome to This Song Is Yours, Thomas Busby from Luca Brasi. Hey Thomas, how are you going?
Good, mate. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for joining us, and my pleasure. Congratulations on the new record, Everything is Tenuous, which is out next week on February the 12th. It's the band's 5th album, and it seems like it's kind of been coming for a little while. You guys released one of the songs back in 2019, and now here we are, Feb 2021. How are you feeling about it finally coming out?
Yeah, feel very excited and relieved, as always. Has been a long time coming. We started it a long time ago when we put out Tangled and Content was the first song we put out, thinking we would finish the rest of the record much quicker than we did, and then someone ate a bat and things kind of got in the way. So yeah, very excited to get it out. We worked super hard and looking forward to seeing what the punters make of it. So yeah, exciting times for us.
Now on the new record, you guys were self-producing it with Darren from Kiss Chasey, is that right?
Yeah, we got Darren helped us on Stay, our 4th album, via proxy, sending demos via email, and he would give us feedback and stuff like that. And we did that again with him, and Andre Ehrman, who mixed it, was producing as well, sort of giving us arrangement ideas and pointing out things maybe we didn't think of and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a great team to be a part of. They're geniuses, those guys. And Daz, having him on board the second time was amazing. Just like tiny little details, things he'll point out and things he'll give us to try, just end up making some songs so good. And he's awesome to work with. He's a great guy.
With the record itself, as you said, those gentlemen helped with the producing and mixing, but for the band itself, for you guys, you self-recorded the tracks for the first time ever.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? And I guess what was the learning curve like from going previously just playing the instruments to now having to do all your own recording?
Yeah, the biggest challenge was like knowing when you had to take. When you're in a studio and you've got an engineer in the chair and your bandmates around you, you kind of just do your best until you get the thumbs up from everyone. Hey, that's the one. Cool, well done, let's move on. When you're in the room by yourself, and when you're in peak lockdown when we're making this record, the majority of it anyways, there was some times where I recorded something and thought, you beauty, I've killed it, and would listen back the next day and I was playing out of time. So I was like, fuck, and I'd have to set up again and do the whole thing again, which was really tedious. And also the opposite of like doing 3 or 4 takes, like, yeah, it's pretty good. I've probably got a better one in me. And then 4 hours later, I'm still at it and I haven't made it any better. That was a learning curve to get the balance right. Like, all right, I was a little slack here. I was way too pedantic here. Personally, I think I need someone to sit in the room with me to tell me to relax. You got it 4 hours ago. But when the lockdown started to ease in Tassie, we were able to get together a little bit. Like Tyler came to my house and we did the bulk of the bass here. Patrick, the other guitar player, would come and we would nut out a few ideas. Heaps more enjoyable doing it that way than sitting in a room by yourself and torturing yourself. But the one advantage was, actually, I'll point out, is sometimes I want to keep going when everyone else has had enough of me and like, you've got it. There are a few times like, I'm going to fuss over this bit till it's absolutely perfect. And I got to on a few times, and it was actually rewarding a few times. But a lot of the times I was way over the top.
I didn't realize that it was both. I thought it was self-recorded as in the band. I didn't realize it was that and just yourself as well. I can imagine that would have been a very, not daunting, but more just, it would have been an experience to kind of go through when it's just you and you're covering everything.
Yeah, there were a few times where I was like, all right, I could do this a number of ways. And in those situations, you have your bandmates and you're like, hey, I could do this, and people have their ideas, and you can, you collaborate and you make a decision together. And there were so many times I'm like, how do I do this? What should I do? I'd end up just recording all 4 or 5 ideas, emailing Patrick, what do you want to do, man? And he'll suggest something, or he'll send something back. There were some weird times for sure where it was like, what do I do? How do I go about it? What's the best for the song? What would my bandmates want to do in this scenario? And everyone else had the same things, like in their own experiences. So, yeah, a weird way to make an album for sure. Very weird.
Do you think that you would, maybe not solo, but just with the band, with the boys, do you think you would do it again, or do you think it's we've done it now and we've ticked it off the list?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the issue we had was we all work, and you'd have to get to the studio at 6 o'clock after work. You'd be there till 2 a.m. You'd go home, you'd get up, go to work again for 3 weeks. And it's exhausting, and it's really hard work, and you go crazy by the end of it. And now, like, Patrick and Danny have young families. They have 2 young girls each. It's just not feasible to be at work all day, out at the studio that late at night with 2 kids running around and their wives having to deal with it on their own. It just isn't an option for us anymore. So trying to find ways to do our band now we're in our 30s is kind of the priority. Being able to chip at it, hey, get home from work, cool, I've got a spare 2 hours, let's do some tracking. You still got a schedule, still got to put in work and put in time and make time, but it's heaps more flexible doing it that way. I reckon this is it from now on, just doing it this way and just bringing in, producers via email, or, the challenging part really is recording drums. That's, you really need the most know-how to do that for our band anyway. And we have our mate, Nick White, that's recorded with us forever, a long-time friend and collaborator, and he's our sound guy. He tracked all our drums for us where we rehearsed. So, yeah, it was a good system. It worked good with everyone's lives as we get older.
There's definitely been some silver linings with COVID. Obviously, there's the shitty aspect of it, but I think working remotely has definitely been a plus for a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
During that initial kind of lockdown stage, did you guys find, I'm not sure what you guys do as like a day job, but did you find yourselves being a little bit more creative with more time to work on the band, or was it something that you felt, I guess some people we've spoken to, they found themselves more stifled and more unable to create than others?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I work in retail at a music store, and we were open the whole time. We kind of closed off. We were kind of like a takeaway shop, basically. You come to the front counter and I want these strings and we get them for you, or you can click and collect, or we'd ship out orders, that sort of stuff. But it certainly wasn't open to come in and play instruments. So I was flat out. Tyler's a teacher. Patrick's a civil engineer. They were all flat out. Danny owns his own gym. They had to close for a while. but he has a young family, so he was flat out. So there was certainly no extra time for making music for sure. And then out, moving house, planning weddings and stuff. Like Tyler got married last weekend.
Oh, congratulations!
I'm getting married. Yeah, it was awesome. And I'm getting married next year. We had to move it. Tegan's family are on the mainland, so yeah, so much stuff going on. There was certainly no extra time for music. It would have been nice to feel a little extra time, but no, definitely had the pressure of the clock ticking on us too, especially as the album release kind of got pushed out. It was supposed to be kind of the original plan was like November, October last year, and yeah, now we're in February this year. So yeah, that's kind of how that played out.
With how COVID played out in Tassie, you guys were able to open up a bit earlier for shows than the rest of the country. We're in Adelaide, and recently we've only started seeing live shows open up again, and obviously other states have only just started opening up for gigs and having gigs played there as well. What was the experience like back in September and November, respectively, when you were able to go back and play some shows and, get back to it?
Yeah, well, when we did our acoustic shows, we did, what did we do? 3 in Hobart, 3 in Launceston, 2 in St Helens. And a couple of months after that, we did Burnie and Devonport, just 1 each. Limited capacity, hence there being so many shows at each town, all seated. And it felt pretty weird. But that's why we wanted to do acoustic shows in that format, because we thought it might suit it. An opportunity to kind of scratch a different itch for our music and do something different and provide a different experience for those people. Tasmanians have been coming to see Luca Brasi for 10 years now. They must be sick of us by now, surely. But it was a really great experience. It was really fun. It was a fair bit of banter. We're having a laugh with the crowd, and we played old songs and new songs, and we did a couple of fun covers, and we got to play with our mate Kat Edwards that came along for the shows, and she's a legend. And it was a really nice little experience when you saw what was going on in the other parts of the country, where they were still in heavy lockdowns. We were able to kind of go to pubs and have some drinks and play some songs, and obviously had to do the social distancing, limited capacity, all that sort of stuff. But everyone in Tassie was kind of happy to play by the rules because they were actually allowed to go out and do stuff. So really good vibes for sure.
Yeah, 100%. It's if you're able to kind of live the life, you play by the rules and you get to keep doing it, which is good.
That's it.
You mentioned Kat Edwards. She features on the new album.
Yep.
How did that collaboration kind of come about?
Yeah, so we've known Kat for a couple of years now. She's at least 10 years younger than us. She played Tyler and Pat's Fest Till the Wheels Fall Off a couple of years ago. She's played a few times now, but the first time she played, I wandered downstairs to go watch her, and Pat was side of stage, and he just had his jaw dangling on the ground, and I quickly joined him, and they were incredible. She's amazing, her band are amazing. And we'd go and see her play, and just kind of became mates with her, and she's got an incredible voice. And that song, Seasick, is kind of a weird one for us. I won't try and explain it. When people hear it, they'll hear it. But, we're a guitar band. There's no guitars for 1:30, so it's already the strangest Luca Brasi song of all time. But we were just trying to think of something interesting to do in the middle section of that song. And I think it was Patrick's idea. It's like, let's get Kat to do it. And, she's got incredible voice, and I think she just went around to Pat's house one arvo and belted it out pretty quickly. And I showed my girlfriend and my friend the recording of that, and they were just so blown away by how amazing that part of that song is. We love Kat. She's a fucking legend, and her talent belies her years. She's going to be a superstar, and Tasmanian's already super proud of her, and she's a massive legend. So
it is an incredible track. As you mentioned, it is the least Luca Brasi kind of song to date. Do you guys find yourselves now 5 records and 5 albums in, trying to push those boundaries more and more as you kind of go along with each record, and trying to not necessarily I don't think we're going to see a Luca Brasi hip hop record anytime soon, but still trying to push those boundaries and test those waters?
Yeah, like we're not one of those bands that do anything wildly different each one. I mean, if you listen to each of our records, you hear a difference in each one. I won't use the word progress, but, you know, there's a slightly different spin on the theme, if you will, on each one. Yeah. This one, there was that song and there's another one in the middle called Restless that was like, here are opportunities to kind of go about it differently. I use the phrase again, scratch a different itch, you know. Yeah. So those opportunities come up where the song is kind of going a certain direction. It's like, well, if we're leaning there, let's lean all the way. It was actually Andre Ehrenman's suggestion. We sent him our demo and he's like done some edit and he's deleted all the guitars from the first half of the song. And I was like, damn, that's actually genius. I can't believe how cool that sounds. And I can't believe I'm okay with having all our guitar parts taken out. So it's like synth all at the start. And that was a challenge too, to actually work out how to do that. I mean, I don't play synth, I play the guitar, but certainly enjoyed like dabbling in it and trying to get my head around how to find cool sounds and do it that way. And, you know, me and Pat, again, it was all via email and text message and phone call, trying to send each other cool sounds and ideas back and forth. It would have been easier if we were in the same room, but definitely enjoyed kind of pursuing those weirder moments for sure.
I feel like it would be somewhat of a double-edged sword. You're stoked with how it sounds, but kind of like, oh, my work, my guitars.
Yeah. When I was young, I was so precious. If anyone said, hey, you should play that differently, I was like, oh, absolutely not. Now I'm older and wiser. I'm like open to the fact that sometimes maybe what I know is not the gospel.
That's very fair. Yeah, with age.
That's it.
The most recent single, Every Time You're Here, I'm Gone, seems to be about like taking stock and kind of celebrating not necessarily the little things, but those closest to you. If it's all right to talk about, what is the catalyst for that song? Where did that song come from?
Yeah, I mean, showing appreciation for the good things around you and the good people around you has always kind of been a theme of our band.
Yeah.
Kind of we're all in it together kind of thing. And I know Tyler is always trying to show his gratitude for the people he has in his life. And that's like a little ode to, you know, his new wife, Alex, as he got married the other day. And, just like life gets so crazy and he's the busiest man in the world. He's never said no to anyone. He runs himself into the ground. He works harder than anyone I've ever met, and he needs to take stock and slow down every now and then. And when he takes those moments, I think he just thinks about how lucky he is to have the people he does in his life. And, you know, they're Tyler's words, but he speaks for all of us. I mean, I love the lyrics in that song. You know, me, Patrick and Danny feel the same way about our lives and our friends and our partners and our families. So, tipping the hat to Tyler on that one. He did a very good job.
Nice work, Tyler.
Yeah, on you, Richo.
As we discussed earlier, the record was meant to be out late last year. Instead, you guys did manage to release a split EP with Slowly. Yeah. Was that always on the cards, or was it a bit of a byproduct of the times of COVID?
Mate, I got a text message from Tyler going, I'm putting out an EP with Ben. I think it's going to have Luca Brasi's name, not my name on it. Can you play guitar on it? I need it done in a week or something like that. I was like, fuck's sake, man, what are you doing to me? But again, peak lockdown, I hadn't seen him. I don't even know where he recorded his guitars and vocals. Might have been at his house or something. It's so long ago now. But Ben is an old friend of ours. He used to drum in The Sinking Teeth, a great Melbourne band, and we toured together with Body Jar. That was 8 years ago now or something. So he's always been a great mate of ours, and you know, we love his music. And those guys were just got to talking and thought it would be a cool idea. And Tyler had this song for so long, half finished, and he finally finished it and sent it through to me. And so I played the guitar on it, lead guitar, and Patrick sang backing vocals on it, again, all at our homes. So it was just a thing that kind of popped up randomly. it came together very last minute, and it was cool, man. Like, I think people really liked it. We've been playing that song obviously on our acoustic tour, but we did our first full band show a few weeks ago in Launceston at Mona Foma, and I was like, we should play it because it's, you know, it's so much fun to play. Something about it's really enjoyable to play.
Did I hear you're shopping for a car? Because I've been at it for ages. Ugh, such a time suck, right?
Not really. I bought it on Carvana. Super convenient.
Oh, then comes all the financing, research. Am I right?
Well, you can, but I got pre-qualified for a Carvana auto loan in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, but then all the number crunching and terms, right?
Nope. I saw real numbers as I shopped, found my dream car, and got it in a couple of days.
Wait, like you already have it?
Yep.
Oh.
Go to Carvana.com to finance your car the convenient way.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Yeah, and it's cool to kind of like play the full band stuff and then switch to that song. And yeah, they'll stay in the set for the foreseeable future because I think Tyler did an awesome job on it again. Well done, Tyler. Yeah, so it was cool. The punters loved it. It came with like coffee beans and had this really weird pre-order.
I was going to ask about the coffee beans.
Yeah. No, I didn't get any of the coffee. I was spewing. Tyler
doesn't seem right.
got one bag, and I think between us, we got to share it one day. I got one cup out of it. It was pretty good too.
That's slightly disappointing here. Only that you didn't get your own coffee. You'd think.
Yeah. Damn it, Nescafe for me.
Well, I guess where did the idea, or was it your idea, or Slowly's idea for the merch idea of coffee?
Yeah, I think Ben knows the crew from. I'm kicking myself. I can't remember the name of the coffee company.
Per day.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Damn it. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I wake up in the middle of the night, remember, and I'm going to absolutely kick myself. I think Ben knows that crew. Mm-hmm. So through mutual connections there, so he teed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think these days, like, bands are having more fun with coming up with merch ideas.
Oh, 100%.
Like, bands come up with the most insane stuff and people just go, that's insane. Like, we're doing a tea towel.
I did see that.
And my girlfriend saw the tea towel and she's like, you absolutely have to get me a tea towel. I was like, we've got plenty in the cupboard. Why do you want one with my band name on it? You know, skateboards and weird stuff. Violent Soho, Kill It, they always have funny merch. And so, yeah, I feel like you can't merchandise anything these days. So, yeah, coffee was a cool thing. Like all the beers and wines that come out. Yeah, I'm trying to get a Luca Brasi sarsaparilla going. So,
that'd be sick. When I mentioned who I was chatting to this week on the podcast, a few people, you guys have, like Luca Brasi has some very, I guess, diehard fans is the best way to put it. You guys have very ride or die kind of fans. One being my little brother. He was very shocked that I was chatting to you this week and also wanted to mention the Leica version that you guys did a few years ago.
Yep.
Of Paul Kelly. That Leica version has kind of taken on its own life. It's got, I did check just this afternoon, 1.2 million views on YouTube, 2.9.
It's past a million now.
Yeah,
Jesus,
1.2 million views YouTube, 2.9 million on Spotify.
It's not that good, Jesus.
That was the thing. He said it's a controversial take. I think it's better than the original. Why do you guys think that? I'll put you in touch with him and let you guys have that argument.
Bless his cotton socks back. Come on.
Why do you guys think that your version has resonated so well?
It's a great tune. Simple as that. We picked a good song.
Yeah. No, that's very fair.
Look at all the popular Leica versions throughout the years. Well, they all have in common. They're great songs. We did our best. We put a lot of work into it. yeah, we put heaps of work into it, actually. Jesus, we spent so many hours, and because it's so talky, and we're like, we don't want to talk it. We're like, we got to try and we had to change some of the words, take some of the words out. So it was like sang. Yeah, it was a lot of work. But yeah, we just it's How to Make Gravy by Paul Kelly is one of the all-time big tunes. So
with something like that, was there any other songs that you guys had as contenders before settling on Paul Kelly, or was it always kind of like, no, it's on the one song list?
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah. And there was like talk from management or maybe someone from Triple J when we first said we wanted to do it. There was someone that was like, no, you can't do it. Oh. And we were just like, shut up. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember who was like, someone was like, hey, not a great idea. Whatever, dude. We did a demo of it and sent it through, and they just gave us the thumbs up straight away. Yeah. There was talk way back when we were kids, like when I think like, I don't know, maybe one of our friends' band did it, and I thought, oh, maybe we might get a Guernsey one day. There was talk of doing Santa Monica, Everclear.
Oh, yeah.
But that was like at least 3 or 4 years before we ever got the call up. So when it came around to it, I think it was Patrick's idea of let's do Gravy, and yeah, we didn't even talk much about anything else. Yeah.
No, well, I think you proved any of those naysayers wrong. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, 1.2 mil, baby.
Exactly.
Surely we get a gold watch for that or something.
They have to give you something. Come on, there must be some form of royalties. So. Thomas, are you happy to talk about the playlist you sent through?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mentioning Cat Edwards before, you've got her track Good Girl on here.
Yeah.
What was it about Good Girl that kind of jumped out as the one song to put on here?
Yeah, well, firstly, I can't go anywhere and talk about music and make a playlist and not have any fellow Tasmanians on it. So, and as discussed earlier, Kat's an immense talent. This song, I can't even describe what I love about it. It's just the melody is hauntingly beautiful. The arrangement is spectacular, and her voice is the best ever. So, it's such a sad song, and delivered with such badassery. I don't know. I just think she killed it in this song. I think a lot of people can understand that, being mistreated in a relationship, especially younger people. I think this song's absolutely phenomenal. So I love it.
It was definitely, I have to admit, I was not aware of Cat before, but I did listen to it, and it's a gorgeous track.
Yeah. How goes the guitar? Down, 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 down. It's so good. I was like, who played that? It's like, next time, get me in the studio. I want to play that stuff.
Well, you've got the hookup now. You'll be able to,
Yeah, that's it. You're on my record. Let me on yours.
Yeah, it only seems fair.
That's it.
One track that caught me by surprise was Between You and I by Keita Alexander. Now,
fucking love this song.
It is.
You had her on, haven't you? Yeah, I haven't listened yet.
We had her on a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to put on tonight after dinner. Yeah, I love that song. My girlfriend loves it too. It came on the radio once, and I said to her, this song sounds like Everybody Wants to Rule the World. She goes, I love this song. I said, me too. That's why I said this song kind of sounds like Everybody Wants to Rule the World. That song is awesome. This song sounds a little bit like it. By default, this song is awesome too. But the guitars in the chorus, the like palm muty thing, is just so good. And it's got the greatest melody ever. I just I'm obsessed with it. I listen to it nearly every day. It's amazing. Just a classic pop song. Yeah.
It's a very, very catchy pop song. She's done well.
Yeah, it's 100%. Amazing. Yeah. Love it so much.
There's also some great dad rock on here. There's a bit of Steely Dan and Bruce Springsteen. For yourself, when you were growing up, was it like bands like Steely Dan and Springsteen that you were listening to, or that your parents were listening to, and you kind of got into through them?
Springsteen was played around the house. Mum played Springsteen a fair bit. Steely Dan I discovered when I was 17. So I was driving to Edison Point with my friend Trav. We're in his ute, and he's like, my friend our friend Jake Burke actually showed him this band, Steely Dan. He's like, man, Berkey showed me this band, Steely Dan, from like the 70s. You got to hear it. And he played, was it Kid Charlemagne? Yeah, I think he showed me Kid Charlemagne first and then Reeling in the Years. And it just blew my mind. In fact, actually, there was a guy on Twitter the other day. I saw his tweet about Steely Dan, and it's exactly how I felt when I first heard it. I screenshotted it and sent it to all my mates because it was the greatest thing. This is what this guy said. He goes, losing my fucking mind listening to Steely Dan right now. I can't believe this is real. And that's exactly how I felt when I was 17. I just had never heard anything like it. Like, you know, I was familiar with guitar and rock guitar, and if I hear a song, I can sort of like, oh, yeah, they're playing power chords or C, G, A minor, F or something, you know, obvious. But if I hear that, I just cannot begin to fathom what they are up to. It's just like so beyond what I understand in music. And it's got Kid Charlemagne has the greatest guitar solo of all time. Actually has the two greatest guitar solos. The one in the middle, that's the greatest, and the one in the outro, that's the second greatest guitar solo of all time. Larry Carlton, what a boss. Yeah, it's amazing. I just have really fond memories of listening to Steely Dan with my friends growing up, like that 17, 18, 19-year-old. And where I work now, the music shop in Hobart, I'm a musician. I got the job there nearly a year ago. And one of my first days, someone was like, put some music on. I didn't really know what to put on. I put on Steely Dan. And then all we listened to was Steely Dan last year. And when we got to Spotify, like most played for the shop, it was Steely Dan. So, yeah, I'm a massive fan.
It's I feel like Steely Dan is one of those very distinctive bands where it's like no one else really sounds like them. It's just kind of them and them alone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so good.
I know that there was a Gin Blossoms track as well, and that you mentioned Everclear before. Do you think that some of those kind of 90s grunge tracks are now not coming back in trend, but I feel like there's a lot of 90s trends coming back, and Gin Blossoms, I think, were one of the better bands of the 90s. What is it about this song that kind of...
Oh, man. Like our new record, we just wanted to sound like Goo Goo Dolls and Gin Blossoms. Like that was the mission statement. Whether we did it or not, that's for other people to decide. But Follow You Down is one of my favourite songs of theirs. You know, lots of energy, great guitar riff, amazing chorus, great guitar solo in the middle. And that was kind of the mission statement for us. We wanted to have that 90s guitar pop thing going on. Like we got that song Dying to Feel Alive. It's got a dorky Tad Rock guitar solo in the middle. We undernard what we do there, and I was like, well, Gin Blossoms would have a guitar solo, so we'll put one in there and see how it goes. But yeah, just an amazing band. Heaps of great songs. Obviously, Hey Jealousy is their biggest hit, but you know, Follow You Down, Found Out About You, Till I Hear It From You,
Empire Records.
Yeah, I love that band. yeah. And it had a huge influence on our new record too, all the Gin Blossom stuff. So yeah, great band.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thomas, thank you very much for your time this evening, and thank you for being on the pod.
Thanks for having me, man. Pleasure's all mine. Thank you so much.
And that's our show. Thank you again to Thomas Busby and Luca Brasi. Everything is Tenuous. Their 5th studio record is out next week on Cooking Vinyl Australia. We've included a link in the show notes if you'd like to head to their store and order the vinyl, along with the tea towel and skateboard merch we discussed in the episode. We also want to give a quick shout out to Amy from Deathproof for helping out with today's interview. You can find a link to our Spotify playlist in the show notes, where you'll be able to listen to all of Thomas's picks. If you like this show, please subscribe wherever you get your pods and stay up to date when new episodes are released. We release new shows each Thursday morning, with guest playlists streaming on Spotify at the same time. You can follow the playlist profile on Spotify, and you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Until next week, cheers.